What is up, guys? Darklite Reactions here, coming back at you with another one today. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. And if this is your first time to the channel, then welcome in. I am Darklite. I make a variety of gaming and reaction videos of all kinds. I react to all styles of music as well as play all types of games here on this channel and my secondary channel called Darklite Gaming. So please consider liking, subscribing, and checking out that secondary channel. Also, guys, I have my fan going, so if you guys hear a noise in the background today, I'm going to do my best to try to minimize the sound as best as I can, but I do have a fan going. It's hot, and I don't feel like it's not hot enough to turn the central air on yet, in my opinion, so I'm just running a fan instead. So if you do hear a little rumble in the background, that's what that noise is. What are we doing today? Well, we reacted to a different version of The Red Hands Never Fade, and it was harder to hear Alejandra's vocals because of the type of audio of the video. So I had commented, if you guys had a better version, to let me know, and that's what we're doing. We are checking out the Warning Red Hands Never Fade with Alejandra on, I believe, on lead vocals here. This was brought to you by this channel here. I'm going to go ahead and link their channel and the OG video down below. Make sure you guys go support both. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead, guys, and shrink myself down here. Here's what we're going to do, actually. We're going to go full screen. I'm going to go ahead and take my butt up here like this. That should be alright like that. And then we will go to blended mode. We're going to hop into this video. Keep in mind this is a reaction video, so I do pause, rewind, add blurs, and talk during. If that's not for you, I completely understand. But keep in mind, like I said, this is a reaction video, so we're alright. So we're gonna do that and see how that goes. Alright, hold on, guys. It's a lot harder to see me than I thought. So we're going to go out of blending mode. We're going to go to normal, and I'm just going to shrink myself down a little bit. Let's not do that. Alright, there we go. Now I'm not blocking everybody. We should be better now. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I like this so far. Like I said, I like now that I can fully hear her vocals. I can hear her, and I think she's doing the song just fine. Her vocals are unique in their own, and I was reading your comments in the last one. You guys were saying, a lot of you were saying, like, how she doesn't mind, that she's a backup vocalist. She doesn't want to do lead, and I can agree with a lot of you. I like her vocals, and I prefer hearing her, in my personal opinion, in the harmonies, just because I feel like she has this, it's hard to describe, but she just has this way about her voice that she just makes the harmony between the sisters work, if that makes sense. So I really like this version a lot. Thank you guys for providing it in the last video. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. We're going to back it up just a little bit more, guys, and keep it going. This is awesome so far. I'm definitely interested to hear your guys' thoughts and comments on this. I think this is the third time we've reacted to this song now, but hey, it's the warning, so we can react and re-react and watch 100 different versions of the same song because they have 100 different versions. I mean, I love that. That's one of my favorite things about them is how they play around with their songs, and they do live. You know, they play them live. They do acoustic versions. They do different versions of them of each of them singing and on different instruments. It's really cool to see them do stuff like that. Alright, sorry to interrupt, guys. We're going to back it up just a little bit and finish it out at the end. I'll give my final thoughts at the end, but I just wanted to pause to talk about the fact that, can we all talk about how hilarious it is that Dany is just jamming out in her socks right now? And those are some crazy ass looking socks. Excuse my language, but I just want to point that out. I love how into it she is, especially like how you could tell she's encouraging, you know, Alejandra to keep going and to get into it. And, you know, I love seeing this. This is awesome. Like I said, I love seeing them, you know, play around with their songs in different ways. You know, whether it's, like I said, acoustic, or, you know, Pow being on lead, or Dany being on lead, or, you know, Ale being on lead. It's awesome to see, you know, them just be playful with it. You know, they're not generic. You know, they don't just make a song, release it, play it the same way live. They're unique in their own. Alright, I rambled enough. I'm going to shut up. We're going to finish this out, guys, and I will give my final thoughts at the end. Okay, I don't mean to stop it, but I have to back it up one more time because I feel like I thought I caught Dany make a face like, oh, okay, like she clearly, you guys will have to let me know, but was there a little bit of mess up on her part or their part during that? Because I saw the little exchange there, and you guys have pointed out in other videos it's pretty cool when I'm able to actually catch it, because sometimes I don't. So you guys will be like, hey, I don't know if you noticed, but the reason that they were looking at each other was because you know, Dany messed this part up, or you know, Allie messed this part, Alejandra messed this part up, or you know, so I could tell there. I'll point it out if I can again, because that was kind of funny. Alright, let's go. That right there. Okay. Well, that was awesome. I'm not going to lie. All right, so let's go ahead and real quickly get out of full screen here. Go ahead and give the video a much deserved like. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to this channel here. Turn the notifications on. I'm going to go ahead and turn on. Never mind. I already have personalized on. I always try to make personalized because then it gives me like specific uploads. Basically, depending on what I go and watch on there, that's how it works. At least for me when I use it on other channels. So always make sure you got the bell on, because if not, then. But anyways, let's talk about this one. Like I said, I really liked being able to actually hear Alejandra's vocals on this. I think that she has a very, very beautiful voice. And like I said, going off of some of the other comments and the engagement in the last video that we did of Red Hands, Never Fade, of the live version that we did, a lot of you said that she has a very good voice, but some of you said that she doesn't have that power behind her voice. That's why she likes to, do, harmonization with her sister. She doesn't like taking lead. She does not mind doing backup vocals, and that's not a shot at her at all. Like I said, I think she has a very beautiful voice, and I agree with a lot of you on that sentiment. Where I think she's better at the, harmonization. But that was kind of funny there, the playfulness there. Like I said, I don't know if that was an actual mistake, because Dany kind of jumped back and made that surprise face when she hit that note. So I don't know if she was supposed to sing that part, or if Dany was supposed to come in and then because she was making Alejandra was making smirking faces 2 different times, like she almost messed up or something. So let me know down in the comments below. I just noticed the exchanges, and I'm trying to get better at pointing those out, because you guys seem to really like it when I'm able to actually catch stuff like that. Also, real quickly, side note, make sure you guys go check my recent reaction to a band called Zeal out. It is, I would classify it as post-hardcore, metal rock styles. So if you're into bands like A Day to Remember, if you like, heavy grungy, metal sounds like, Metallica or Slayer, that's a band I recently covered. They definitely deserve the recognition. Make sure you guys go check that reaction out. We reacted to their music video called Rediscover. So make sure you go check that reaction out. And like I said, I apologize for not uploading this weekend. I came down real bad with pneumonia. I think it's pneumonia, or it was a really bad cold, one of the two. But it was all in my chest and head, and I'm still a little bit stuffed up, but I'm doing a lot better. So reactions should be continuing to come out throughout this week. As I said, during the summertime, reactions will slow down with the kids being home, because they're going to be around a lot more. So depending on what my fiance works and all that kind of stuff, keep in mind during the summertime, if you're new to the channel, like if you haven't been here, if you weren't here last summer, is basically what I'm saying. I upload maybe once or twice a week in the summertime, so keep that in mind. I think I'm going to be able to be a little bit more balanced this year, so we'll probably still try to do like daily uploads, but no promises. But overall, I would have to say, to close this reaction out, this was a solid song. I really liked this version. I liked Alejandra's wow, I can't speak to save my life. I got tongue-tied there. I really like Alejandra's vocals, and I just like the overall vibe of this. Like I said, I thought it was pretty funny there that Dany was just jamming out in those crazy-looking socks that she had on. Really liked the guitar finish there, that black glitter finish that was on Alejandra's bass guitar. And obviously, Pau did a wonderful job on the drums. Let's not forget about her. She did an awesome job, and she was, you could tell in the background she was having just as a good a time as the other girls. So this was a solid song, in my opinion, and a solid version of the song. Let me know what you guys think down below. And again, keep in mind, this is a reaction. A lot of you guys have been seemingly getting better, now that I had to unfortunately point it out a bunch of times. You guys are keeping it clean so far. I haven't really had to block any, comments lately or deal with any trolls coming in, so I appreciate, you guys following the rules actually. Like I said, it's a reaction video. If you don't want the pausing, if you don't want the blurs, the glitching that I add sometimes on purpose to the videos, if you don't like I said, the talk during, then go watch the original video. Don't come to a reaction channel. That doesn't make any sense to me. If you're going to come and watch somebody's reaction, then bitch about them reacting. It's like, what are you doing here? And also, guys, thank you so much for 2,977 subscribers. We are 33 subscribers away from 3,000. So if you guys could please consider hitting that like button and subscribing. And if you're still on the fence, and I haven't checked out a song or band that you're interested in, feel free to drop a comment down below. I'll add it to the reaction list. You can try to link it. Sometimes, mind you, I don't delete links. YouTube does. I don't know why. I have basic moderation on, but for some reason still sometimes you guys will link something, I'll go back like in the comments to be looking for it, and the links will be gone and I didn't remove them. So you can try to link it, but your best bet is just to comment the name of the band and or song you want me to check out, and I'll do a reaction. And then hopefully if you guys enjoy that reaction, you hit the sub button then. As always, guys, stay healthy and happy. Spread love, not hate. And yeah, hope you guys are doing well. Peace out.
Darklite reaction, lighting up your mind. Catch the fire, spinning on this grind. Feel the pulse steady breathing through the screens. Together we'll ride, tearing up the seams. Darklite, the echoes of the night. Shout it loud under digital light. Rocking hard, yet storms in sight. Join the ride, yeah, hold on tight. Never thunder, feel the bass drop deep. Feel the energy lift you from your seat.